Yes. All right, we're recording, and now we're on for tonight's Fit and Wellness Community August event. So this wellness wheel that we're going to do together tonight, it's funny and I think just a cool coincidence at the same time that last October, I went and saw my GI doctor because I was still not feeling real great, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of my gut issues, what the heck is going on, and we had a really interesting conversation. And, you know, I'm like, I've tried elimination, I've done gluten-free and dairy-free, I have tried to figure out what works and what doesn't. Everything hurts my stomach. And I was very honest with her, like, I know that stress plays a massive role in my health, just like it does for everybody else. And I was certain it was playing a very big role in, obviously, my gut health. And so she said, okay, well, let's just take a look at things. Because she's like, I know you're telling me you work out, and I know you're telling me that you try to eat, healthy, and you enjoy, alcohol every once in a while, and you like desserts. But she's like, I don't think that is why you don't feel good. And so she literally took a piece of paper and drew this circle, and she said, okay, well, let's just take a look at things. What do you have going on in your life? Work, family stuff, you travel, you probably deal with not only your own family stuff, but other family stuff too. You do exercise, that's good. You try to eat good, that's good. So we went around and broke my life into 8 different circles. And I really hate that she wrote it on a piece of paper in the office that I didn't take home with me, because I really wish I had that example here and now to just compare it to what we're going to do tonight. But when I got the Morning Meltdown 100 journal and I flipped into this particular page as I was kind of going through what all the phases were going to look like, I'm like, there's my will. I'm like, I can't believe it's here. Mm-hmm. So it just felt so right that this would be one of our first activities, because I know that so many times we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to determine, why can't I lose weight? Why do I feel so tired? What is going on? I think I'm doing all the things right. And we don't want to give ourselves grace. We don't want to give ourselves enough credit for all the things that are going on, even though we think we're very aware of all of the elements of our life. But sometimes the elements that are missing are playing as big of a role on our health as the things that are dominating our lives. Does that make sense? So I thought tonight it would be fun, or maybe just kind of eye-opening. I don't know if this will really be a fun exercise, but I hope it is.
It could be painful. I'm just saying.
Painful? Okay, and painful is probably a good thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing, because, we don't always stop to do that self-reflection. But what I would like for us to do tonight is, if you have a piece of paper, if you printed this out, awesome. If not, I want you to take a piece of paper and I just want you to draw one big circle on it, okay? We're gonna start there. And then we're gonna actually use both sides of your paper, or if you have more than one, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with what life looks like right now. What does our pie look like? And then I want us to take the back side, and we're going to take a little forecast. And let's see, it's 1st of August, September, October. I think 3 full months looking in advance. So by November 1st, let's just say, on the back side, we're going to draw a secondary circle that we're going to date as November 1st. And we're going to draw out where we want what we want the wheel to look like November 1st. So even if you feel like your life is pretty rad right now, awesome. I just want you, and your wheel might not change a lot between now and November, but if what you draw tonight, and just be really honest with yourself, if you feel like that wheel is really out of balance, or you feel like some part of it is obviously way smaller than it should be, and you want to adjust that for November, then what we're going to do between now and November is we're going to work on those things. We're going to check in with each other. We're going to see how it's going or not going, and how we can help each other make little adjustments to get to where we want to be in November, where we feel like we will have really awesome balance and be really in sync, especially going into the holiday season. So that's what we're going to do. So I want us to take like 5 minutes. I should probably like put some music on or something, and draw your will. All right, sound good? Okay, cool. Let's do that.
Do we have to show it?
Yes, you have to show it. This is like therapy. I am your therapist right now.
Oh, no. That's my role.
Not your therapist, just your life coach.
You know, I did this last night, Tiffany, and rather than do the wheel, I just wrote down what my day looked like yesterday.
Yeah?
I couldn't put it on a wheel.
Because it was 90% work?
Uh-huh. When I put how many hours I was actually awake, and then you figure out how many times you're sleeping. And that was a really good exercise for me because I hadn't done that in a long time. So I was thinking, this is what I want my wheel to look like. So I was drawing it and I was going, really it should be like this percentage or whatever. But then I wrote down the reality of my day, and you're probably going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It was not good for me. So I'm just saying, I need a lot of therapy.
Just need some balance. I mean, it just, more than anything, I mean, and this particularly for, those of us, all of us are working women, like like you spend 10 hours of your day, I bet at least, working or thinking about work. And you don't think it's, you think you got a grasp on it until you really look at how much of your life it's consuming.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be perfect, and you might squiggle the lines and draw them again. That's okay too. Hold on, I'll give her some tunes. Oh, and then we're going to talk about a show I want you guys all to watch. That's going to be your homework. Okay. It's kind of a sad song.
Yeah, I guess it's a sad song.
Hold on. I got a really good song. My mom loves this song. Because Nolan sings it to her every time he comes to the house.
He does.
And if you don't like country music, I'm sorry, you got to suffer for the next 3 minutes. Don't forget to take into account your social life, time that you spend with friends, book club, happy hour, things like that. Give yourself a little, make sure you're accounting for social as well as family, as well as, those little things. I easily can overlook that kind of stuff.
What time is it? It's not time yet. No. Come here. Come up here. Come on. Come here.
This is Nolan's favorite song, you guys.
Oh,
I don't know why, but he just loves it. Got a good tune, I guess.
we can't even do. It's your turn to pick a tune because I get tired of listening to it because it's all mixed. Like, yeah.
Okay, how's everybody doing? We done with just your first circle? If you're done with your first circle, let me know. If you've already gone to your second circle, awesome. But if not, no big deal. I have a couple.
Done with my first.
Okay, cool. All right, so move on to your second one real quick. And we'll share.
So this one is the one we want to see.
November, yeah, like a 3-month outlook. We'll compare them first week of November.
So the first one is how much time we think we're devoting to all those things.
Yeah, so like the first circle is like right now in your day-to-day right now, where do you spend your pockets of time? Who do you spend them with? Is it family, friends, work, school, whatever? And then the November one, similar circle, but if you feel like there's anything that's off balance from your first circle, how would you like it to be balanced out by November? All right. Okay, how are we doing? About there? Okay, we're going to look at our days as they look right now. What, in your wheel, what has the biggest chunk of your time? Chrissy, what has yours?
Mental health, stress, anxiety.
Okay. Mom, what has yours?
Work.
Work has mine as well. So, and Tiff, I think Tiff had to go take a phone call, so I'm not sure if she's back on, but I'll catch her in the next one. What was your second biggest one?
Work.
Mom?
Oh, sleep and wellness was my next biggest one.
Okay, that's great. My next biggest piece of the pie is family time and responsibilities. So, of those two, I know they're playing massive roles in your lives right now. How did they look for you 3 months from now? Chrissy, you can go.
Well, I drew a peace sign.
Okay.
You know, so I'll have peace of mind.
Yeah.
I know, corny. But what I'm thinking is in November, I think on one side of the peace sign, it should be mental, physical, you know, eating right, all of that should be almost, you know, half. Family and friends should be the other half. And then where the little peace sign is down there, it should be work.
I like that.
So that's what I came up with.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be great. Well, that would be a great balance for sure.
Would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Mom, what does yours look like in November?
Well, mine's still a reality check with the work that I have on my plate. So mine is, oh, I didn't label it. I should actually label it. I wrote my percentages down. Hang on. Wait a minute. Hold that. Okay. So my November one. Right now, I am totally out of sync because I spend 60% of my time at work just because of my beast. So my goal would be to do 35% of work because I know that's my reality.
Okay.
And try to do 40% family, social, kind of divide that up. And then try to do 25% wellness. That would be my goal.
That would be awesome.
That would be, wouldn't it?
It would be.
62, I could finally get there. There's hope for you girls. I'm just saying, there's hope.
Hey, well, you know, when you have a dominating job, I mean, you have to be realistic about where you're at. And when I think about that, you know, what I have coming up between now and November, I have a ton of work and a lot of travel coming up, but I don't want my family to, you know, suffer because of that. And the first half of the year, it was a lot of work and a lot of travel. I've had like a little gap here where it's been really nice to feel like we can catch our breath a little bit. But I also have a very small sliver for downtime in my current, actually I don't even think I put downtime on my current one. And as we get towards the holidays, I really want to make sure that I'm protecting my time for my family so that I'm not working all of Thanksgiving break and I'm not working all of Christmas break. If I don't have to, I really want to have that downtime with my family as well. So, and it is obviously a massive time balance in our house, just with Brian's schedules. So trying to keep that all even and allowing for a good chunk of mental strength and wellness to be set aside. It's kind of started to slip away a little bit the last couple of months, and it's really impacting everybody because it's just a little bit more stressful than normal. And I know we all are dealing with that. So trying to find the right ways to make sure that everybody doesn't lose it is really important. So, okay, thanks for going through this with me.
So what were your percentages, Tiffany?
My percentages, well, I tried to have, here's my original one. You can see that I'm like mostly work, and I try to, I mean, I have a big family chunk currently because 4 days a week, it's just me with the kids from the point of getting out of work until whenever, until the morning, and usually through the morning. So, I mean, my family aspect of it could be bigger, but I wanted to represent that as kind of the quality family time too. So it is a little bit smaller. And then I feel like I have just lots of little things that chip away at the rest of it, right? Like, my fitness is obviously a massive part of my mental well-being. So I have to give that a lot of precedence. So what else do I have in there? Fitness and meditation. Those are two big chunks that go together there, because they're the two things that help my mental strength the most. And then I have a very small segment here for friends and social. And I would like for that to be a bigger section going into the end of the year, really making sure that I'm saying yes to more things. I am very good about saying no, because I like to be home when I have a little bit of downtime, and I do want to be better about if it's a lunch or if it's something on the weekend, making the time and doing stuff with friends and family. That's something I want to be better at. And I also added hobby, because I've gotten away from every little hobby that I used to like and have. I do a lot of reading and a lot of personal development stuff, but Natalie has asked me a number of times to help her with little sewing projects, and Mom helps her with those because she has all the spare time somehow. But there's those little things that just don't take time for. And I can find 1,000 other things to do on the weekend, and I don't, I feel like I need to hone back in on a few of those things. So those are what my wills look like. I'm trying to have maybe not as many things by November, but just a better balance of those things, possibly. So we'll see.
It's interesting looking at our differences. That would stress me out big time.
So many things?
So many things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, mine is, literally, I want 4 things in my life when I get balanced. And even adding more social, I put social in mine is 10%, because I'm like you, I don't say yes enough, but I have to deal with people every day that I don't want more of that in my life. So just thinking about it, even looking at yours, thinking, stress me out.
Well, but I feel like if you look at mine, and you're looking at, like, for my November one at least, a big, like, if you look at this big chunk, to me, mental strength, fitness, like, in my mind, I'm thinking those two things do go together. So they team up and they pair together. Yes, honey. What happened? Sorry, guys, hang on.
And then also there and then nice person.
It's charged. You're good.
Yeah, and it's turned off.
Okay.
Like that. And then nice person.
And we gotta be nice with my things. Okay.
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 No, let's go call Papa.
You want to go call Papa? He did try to call him at midnight the other night. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I heard.
Hey, Missy, we not work. So you work. Isn't really messy all day when you're home.
Well,
I got a rain alert. We'll see.
Oh, rain alert. All right.
Hi.
I've been hearing thunder. We'll see.
ooh,
That's Chrissy. And Yaya. And that's Granny. And then this other girl's name is Tiffany too, like Mama's name. All right, you want to go back to your room or go downstairs with Nat?
I'm on the next.
Okay, see you later. So now, just want the 3 of us to share quickly, because I told you I was going to try to keep it at 30 minutes, and we're already there. So moving into November, and where you're prioritizing your time, what is something that we could help you with, or when we check in with you, we can say, hey, how is XYZ going? Are you leaving work before 7 o'clock? Or, you know, what your goals are. Maybe tell me, I know what your priority is. So now what would help you the most to have a good check-in? I'll probably do it like once a month or every few weeks just to check in with you guys and make sure like we're staying on that track. And you can think about it for a minute because I just kind of dropped that on you. But if there is something, I'd love to know.
Well, mine's absolutely balance of work, of not working.
Well, of not working, but are you meaning like not working once you get home and on the weekends, like reserving that time?
Yeah, actually when I'm home, not working. So 2 things is not working 14-hour days or weekends.
Okay.
I need to have some kind of mental health away from it.
Maybe turning off your phone when you get home, would that help?
I don't do phone at home.
Oh,
If the kids happen to call, but I rarely do email. I don't do work stuff on my phone.
okay.
I've had that rule a long time. But I tend to show up at work at 7 o'clock in the morning and leave at 9:30 at night and work weekends.
Oh my goodness. What is it that you do?
I'm the registrar, and I'm a software development implementation person for our campus.
Oh.
We're in the middle of a new SIS system and a new curriculum management system that I'm implementing. I'm project lead on both of those.
Oh, really? So are you using Brightspace or?
No, we're moving to Banner. We have always had a homegrown legacy system. So we're implementing Banner as I speak. And that's a 2-year project. And then we just got done implementing, or we're in the process of finishing out with Coursely for all of our curriculum management. So, yeah. And then I took on registrar in the spring and don't have a clue what I'm doing. So I'm learning that. And I get to be the new DSO, the primary designated school official for all of our international students now. Because we've just built our international center. So I now am studying to do that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking retirement's gonna look really good soon.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
But yeah. So that's what I'm doing, Chrissy.
Oh, okay.
Whew. Just a couple things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple.
Well, so I guess, if you're doing 3 jobs and you're only working 14 hours a day, I mean, you're actually doing pretty good.
And it's getting done. And that's my first mistake. So here's my second thing that I teach, I counsel you on is saying no. I don't say no very well, obviously.
I was going to say, you might need to learn no.
Never has been in my vocabulary, but it needs to be for just all the way around health.
Yeah,
Well,
without a doubt.
There needs to be some compensation as well if you're doing 3 people's jobs as well.
Sure.
Yeah, in the state school system.
Chrissy, come on, you know better.
I
know. And it is. And the good thing about being the boss is that it's only on you, right? So you have to figure it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. But I'm making sure my staff is healthy. And when you do that, you have to live by what you say. They remind me on a daily basis that you said you have to be healthy and why aren't you? Kind of stuff. So I have a really fabulous staff in that regard. Okay, enough about me. That's your turn.
Well, I'm really working on my stress and anxiety and mental health. I've been suffering a lot from PTSD this summer, And so I am seeing a therapist. And what's gone downhill is my physical health and eating right. So I've been working on that. Getting my happy self up early and working out. So,
You've been doing great. I love getting your texts in the morning. That makes me so happy to see that you're getting it done. One of these days I might actually get my workout done before you, but you get up so early. Both you girls, early risers.
well, I used to be an early riser, and then and what's weird is I'm a early morning person and a night owl, so it doesn't really work together.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
So now I'm becoming more of an early person.
Okay.
And so I think maybe just checking in to see, that I'm being consistent, probably.
Yeah, that's hard.
Well, I have gotten a lot better over the years of leaving work at work, and even if I don't get stuff graded, it will get graded tomorrow.
Good.
So I don't let myself bring it home unless absolutely necessary. So
That's great.
That is really smart. Okay, well, I will definitely be checking in with you. We'll keep our morning check-ins going.
Okay.
We'll do that long after our 10-day group that we have going now. I just love those little quick check-in accountabilities, and so it's good. I think it's good for all of us. Okay, cool.
By the way, no Shakeology yet. The mail system down
You didn't
here,
get there today?
Maybe
one of
tomorrow,
my orders. Maybe tomorrow. Fingers crossed. You're gonna feel so good. She just got rolling on 2B Mindset as well. So going through all of the videos and all that kind of stuff. And Tiffany Thurston, who's on here too, she's doing 2B Mindset. I mean, it is.
Oh, cool.
It takes a little bit of time to get into the routine. I will tell you guys, and I will be accountable. I will do mine as well, because you guys have to hold me in here too. But I just finished 3-day refresh today. Just had my dinner and feels so good. I haven't done it. It actually occurred to me I haven't actually done it in almost a year, and I used to be really good about doing it kind of every quarter. And just with all the stomach issues that I have had over the past almost 2 years now, I feel like it really was good for me. I have my bloating has gone down. It just has felt really good to reset my system. But as I was kind of thinking about the next couple of days and getting kind of my meals in order, I'm like, it's perfect, because I just go right back into 2B Mindset, where you're in a veggies and protein mentality, and you get to have your carbs, and it's just such a nice balance. Obviously I haven't had any meat or dairy or coffee for 3 days, but nobody's died and everything's good. Hey, Nat Cat.
Hi, Nat.
Did you think look how big this screen is? There's
We'll shorten it.
yeah.
Tiffany, have you tried apple cider vinegar?
I have not, but my doctor has recommended to me that I start drinking celery juice.
Oh, okay.
So I bought a juicer today. I was going to borrow yours, Mom, but you might want to do it too. I've been reading the Medicine Medium that's written by basically the guy who kind of pioneered celery juice, juicing back in late 80s, early 90s, might have even been before that. I'm trying to remember his bio offhand, but I've been doing a lot of other research too, and I'm finding that I was really searching hard for a medical journal, something with, that felt like robust research. And it was really interesting to me reading through the first part of this book about how, juicing in general, isn't really studied a whole lot, and especially, celery juice, because people think what the heck, celery, a negative calorie food, how much nutrients can it really have? And I mean, I've already been blown away by so much of it that I am reading that makes if it really is true and it works, because Chrissy, this might be something big for you too. It's talking so much about gut health. And
No,
no.
I throw up celery. So
Okay, well then never mind. And don't worry. I mean, I'm trying hard to get my head wrapped around it, but just
I do the vinegar.
And I have heard apple cider vinegar is really good. I see, and that's where I'm like
Mhm.
it just makes my like glands kind of like swell up thinking about it.
That's why you have it with honey, and you heat the water for 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I know. I always got grossed out when my grandmother did it, but now I see why she does it. It does help with the bloat, and it does help.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So
Sorry,
lots of
didn't
options.
mean to interrupt you. So
No.
celery juice, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. Now that I feel like I'm resetting a little bit, we'll see. So, okay. Well, much like mom, this must run in the family, but for me, the accountability piece is also not bringing my work home so much. I have a lot of, I don't know, it must be like ADD or something, but I have to, I'm very lucky to have a very flexible job that allows me to have pockets of time where if I want to check in with challenge groups, I can, or if I want to like do something that's not like work related and kind of check out for a minute and go do something else. And what I'm trying really hard to do is just grind and be super efficient in my job, because I'm basically there from like 9:30 to 4:30 or 5, depending on what I'm doing with the kids. And so trying to not get distracted, because I don't want to be working at home, because if I do work at home, I want it to be very centric on my wellness business. I don't want to be trying to figure out how to like juggle it all. And so it's hard to avoid sometimes, I know, but in that same vein, I mean, I don't work 14-hour days in the office, but I easily can work 14-hour day, start to finish. Yeah, because I have a bad habit of checking email at 6 a.m. when I get up and like I'm energizing and getting ready to work out and do a little personal development. And sometimes it'll be like, crap, it's like 7:30 and I'm like caught up, right? So I'm trying really hard at this point. No work stuff until I get to work, so I can do all family wellness stuff in the morning, work my work, and then family time. And then after the kids go to bed, I want to just have a little chunk of time that I can do blog, wellness business, check in with the community, all that kind of stuff. So I think probably just that little check-in with me to make sure like work's not taking over would be great.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. All right, you guys. The thing I'm going to leave you with, first of all, thank you for going through this exercise with me. I know it was a little choppy. I'll get better at doing these wills because we're going to keep doing them. I think they're an awesome visualization exercise and realization exercise. But if you happen to have Netflix, do both of you, Mom, I know you do.
Yeah.
Online too, right? Like you
Yep.
do on your tablet? Okay, and Chrissy, you too?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you have not already, I really want to encourage you to pull up Brene Brown's Netflix original and it's called The Call to Courage. And it's about an hour and 20 minutes long. I love Brene Brown. I'm not sure if either one of you are familiar with her work, but she's a researcher and she has a social work background. And then she became a researcher and she studies shame, vulnerability, empathy. I mean, she has an amazing background, but and a number of really great books. But it takes a little bit of time. I've probably watched it half a dozen times. It will relate to your personal life. It will relate to your work life. I'm actually even presenting some of it at a global meeting in September that relates to work, particularly around like you don't have vulnerability in the workplace, then you can't have creativity, and without creativity, you can't have innovation. So I've got a big innovation meeting that I'm going to in September, and I presented about innovation to our team here a couple months ago, and I showed a clip of it, and I like have goosebumps just thinking about it because It is such a great segment. She also has some really great TED Talks. So if you want something a little bit shorter, just look her up on YouTube. But The Call to Courage, check that out. It is well worth the watch. Maybe even more than once. I even made my husband watch it with me. Brian had to watch it with me the second time. I cried through the end of it every time.
Oh,
No, like the good way. Like it just gets you in the right places.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, something not to watch before bed. Okay.
Yeah, right.
No, like watch it
Like one of those 5 a.m. things we're going to watch, Chrissy. Yeah, text me. We'll watch it together.
Well, watch it like when you actually can sit down to watch it and take in the information.
I think that'd be a great thing to do while I'm on the treadmill. Okay.
Yes.
go.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
electrical. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, you guys. Oh, thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you guys have
Yeah.
the rest of your week.
You too, honey.
Yes.
Thanks. I'll see you guys
Bye.
later.